Good day, this is Thumbs United. We're recording our creative stream. I had to think about what I was doing. I was like, oh no, I blacked out mid-sentence. But no, we're doing a creative stream. We are going to be editing the musical series. I talked about this before I went on my trip, that we're going to start bringing back the musical series. They were like a short series I did like 3 episodes of what's it called? Portal. The first Portal, then I did Saints Row the third, and I think I know I edited some of the musical series with Tomb Raider, but I don't know if I released it. You can find those on YouTube at Thumbs United on YouTube, or go to the website. I'm posting everything in the chat. All the need to know, all the details. So let's get started. So this is the project. This is actually the whole Let's Play. You might be wondering, well, like, why is it only 24 minutes? I wrote this program, and what it does is it goes through and it combines frames. It's called frame blending. So the first thing I did was I converted the video. Well, I took the 2-hour Let's Play and I did frame blending, so it takes 2 frames and it combines them into one, so that cuts the time in half, so it's only an hour. And then on top of that, I instead of having the video at 30 frames per second, which is what the original source video was, I had it I re-encoded the video to 60 frames per second, just because I thought it'd be nice to get those extra frames so you can have faster cuts and still see kind of motion. And it took me a couple of tries. First, I thought maybe I could do it like at 30 frames per second, have it blend like 4 frames into 1 frame, which is like 4 times as fast. And that was like way too fast. And again, that was at 30 frames per second. So I was like, let's change it to 60. Still way too fast. You couldn't really see anything that was going on. And then I was like, okay, we're only going to blend 2 frames together into 1 frame, and then we're going to have that play at 60. So it's technically, it's a little more than, it's around 4 times as fast, which is why it's only like 25 minutes. So I'll show you. It's pretty cool. I don't know if we'll be able to play it in real time. Yeah, it's not doing too well. Let's bump it down to 40%. I'm working with placeholder media, so this is below standard definition. This is 450p, and that's just because the original files are large, and I want to have I want editing to be smooth. But once I submit this to render on the server, I'll be using the 1080p at 60 frames. It's still not. So you can see. Let's do 12. Okay. Here we go. It's like 50 frames per second. You guys probably can't even see, because I'm only streaming at that's I want to have kind of like the highest resolution. Okay, so this looks like kind of the ideal preview resolution. So this is what we're going to be doing. So I'm pretty much, we're just going to cut everything up and just leave the good stuff. So we're going to keep the titles the same. I think they're fine at 4 times speed. We have the Mass Effect logo. And we're going to cut there. I'm going to cut all this out. Goodbye. Today was pretty eventful. Finally, I'm getting my sleep schedule back on track. Which is funny because for the past 2 days I've been going to bed at like 4 in the morning. 2 days ago I went to bed at 7 in the morning, and then yesterday I was so happy. I went to bed, but it was only 4. And okay, so I don't know what to do here. The shots of Miranda are okay, because she's so far away. But I don't know if I want the elusive man with his waggling like that. I guess it's okay, because you can see how fast it's going. So we're gonna cut that angle out. The hard thing about editing sped up video is you have to okay, so this is too close of his mouth. Anyway, I was saying, and I finally got it back on track. I woke up at 10 in the morning, which is like fantastic, like on my own without an alarm or anything. Like I was just ready to start the day. And yeah, so I got everything ready, did computer stuff, set everything to render, which is a whole nother story. And then I think that happened too fast. Leave that in. And we're not going to cut this out, but it is, a good point to we're going to cut this little fade to black. So we're going to keep it in. I might reorganize the title sequences. And I watched part of this video before, so I kind of know a little bit of what I want to cut out. And this was way too much motion. We'll keep this right here. But so I set all my computers to render in the morning, and which is part of the problem with me starting late today. But I'm sorry, this requires a lot of attention. So we don't need Presley dying. So we're gonna cut there. But so I was outside working at 11:40, which was like fantastic. And I worked till 5, really. And that was pretty good. because I need to be making those bucks. And so I'm cutting out the things that there's like too much motion. It just doesn't look good. But I got to working, and like I did a lot. I've been gone for a week from my house, so it's just like the plants had tried to took over, you know. And okay, and that was usable. Here we go. And trying to think, I did a lot of weed whacking mainly, and then I, blew the clippings, mowed the lawn. I went out to look for a saw, not a chainsaw, but like an actual hand saw. And there's some branches I want to cut down, and I can't find our old one. But I might use an axe tomorrow, we'll see. But I have to find the axe, I don't know where it is. It's been like years since we used it. But I was looking online to see if there were any... I'm having a real problem with this clip. I was looking online to see if there was any, like, deals or something. And first off, you search for a saw and nothing comes up. It's all like, what? It's all like chainsaws and stuff. And I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. But Walmart had one for $80. And I was like, that is suspicious. An $80 chainsaw. You can't trust that. And so that was like, that's pretty inexpensive. Okay, I don't think I can play this back at real speed. I think we're just gonna have to slowly go through it like this. So we're cutting that out. And the goal is to get this whole thing to fit within this music file. So that it is, I think it's like 5 minutes. It's about an 8-minute music file, which is what makes this the musical. And we're just getting all the good clips out, and then we'll arrange it to like match up with the beats and everything. The nice thing about making like music videos is your brain will automatically try to match motion with beats. So it's like one of the easiest ways to edit, because sometimes you don't even have to worry about where the cuts are or everything. The human brain will automatically say like, oh, this person's moving to this beat and everything. And even if it's like not the correct beat or motion, your brain will kind of try to make it that way. So that's kind of a little behind the scenes secret. Music is really easy to, really helps. Sound in general is very important with editing. Like your eyes will like get used to bad colors, like bad color grades and things, or like low resolution. Your eyes will adjust to that, and then you don't notice after a while. And then we're gonna go slowly. I'm gonna cut here because there's too much motion. So that was just, you know, funny finding a chainsaw. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut Joker out of this. I guess we'll leave him in. We'll trim this clip a little bit. Okay. And so since the video sped up, we're really going like frame by frame, even though it looks like we're going faster. We can keep that in. Shepard putting Joker in the cryo, not the cryo tube, the emergency. There we go. Get rid of this. I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep this whole clip sync within. I know I can't keep. It's nice seeing the animation going frame by frame. Okay, we'll cut here. And then when it goes to the wide, we will keep that. So this is, I really don't like this motion. It's like so, not disturbing. I'm trying to think of the word. Like gut wrenching. Watching Shepard, you know, suffocate and die. But like there's a word for it. That's not gut wrenching. It's not queasy, but there we go. Anyway, like it just makes me cringe because it's like, I don't know. So I'm gonna cut that title out. I'm gonna keep this in. And we're only gonna let this go for one cycle. So that's the cycle. Then we're going to cut out all this editing the character. And again, just one cycle. One. Right there. That's where it ends. So we've been editing for a while, like 20 minutes, and we're only 3 minutes into the project. So pretty much the last time we see Miranda's face is the last time the movement is acceptable. You can see. right there. Becomes kind of garbage. Whoa. I guess we can keep in Miranda's face again. This is like, this episode has like a lot of Miranda, which is fine by me. But it is a little odd. Okay. Dear Lord. I haven't saved once. That would be a catastrophe. Waking up. And then we can keep a lot of this in. Now we're going to have longer cuts. Decide. So that's fine, that's fine. I guess this is fine. I'm going to cut out the elevator. Right about there. And then we're cutting into the motion. And that's like a technical term. You don't want to cut before the motion starts. You want to edit to the action. Cutting it out because it's boring. This is kind of boring too. We're just going to keep going up the steps to right here. Now we meet Jacob. And a lot of this I don't have to cut out. Okay, we are gonna have to edit that. That was way too long. I wasted 30 seconds of my life on that. It's actually 20 seconds. So we'll go here. cutting Shepherd, and we're just going to alternate between Shepherd and Jacob. So that's fine. This is fine. And Jacob does a long monologue, which is what we're cutting out. So we'll have one more alternating angle. Well, let's see how this goes. Yeah, see, that blends well. Still talking too much. So I think we're only going to do one episode tonight. We're at about 4 minutes. And we have to get to 25 minutes. So it's been 30 minutes to get to 4 minutes. 4 goes into 24 6 times. Yeah. So it's going to take us a while. Oh, and the math seems ridiculous. It should take us 3 hours to do this. I need a break right now. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, my dogs are laying at my door, and they're like, they know I want to get out. They're like, we're asleep. You're going to have to wait. I'm like, please. So I'm trying to push open the door without pushing them. They were not cooperating. So let's get back to editing. Again, too much talking. That part's fine, but once we get to the close-up on Jacob, we're going to have to cut these out. And back to Shepherd. Cut and delete. It's funny because whenever it goes to Jacob's medium shot, it talks forever. I don't have a problem with Jacob. I know a lot of people do. But no. This whole scene is just going too long. I'm going to cut it all out. I'm going to keep him looking at his Omni tool. We're going to keep all this. The motion is like relatively smooth. And then we're going to have to cut up this cutscene. These fast cuts are okay, but this whole metagel thing needs to go. It's like foreshadowing. Not foreshadowing, but they're trying to show the where you have to go. We don't need any of this tutorial. Now I'm going frame by frame. So I did like everything, gardening and all that stuff, and this is way too long. So then when I finished, my mom had just drove up with my grandmother. They went to the pharmacy to get my grandmother's pills and everything. And they're like, "You want to go somewhere to eat?" And I was like, "Sure. We can go to a drive-thru." And then I was like, "Well, should we pick up the saw and stuff?" And we're like, "Maybe." And we went to Taco Bell, and I was so hungry. I didn't eat breakfast, and it was 6 p.m. I didn't eat lunch either, and can't decide how I wanted to do this. What's his face? Wilson talks too much. So we're going to cut him out. To this point. this? Well, no. We're going to cut the selection out. So we're going to cut from here. Down there. Wobbling Jacob. And cut to there to the next angle cut, which is a short one of Shepherd. And cut. So we went to Taco Bell and I was like, you know, hungry. And like, when I could eat gluten and didn't have the allergies and everything, I really liked Taco Bell. I liked their 7-layer burrito. I liked their Crunch Wrap Supreme. And the Crunch Wrap Supreme like comes in and out every once in a while. And so yeah, life was good before the allergies. And anyway, so they brought this veggie cantina bowl. I know this sounds like an ad for Taco Bell, but it's not. And so now I can eat there again. Because before I couldn't. And so forever, I mean, like, the bowl's okay. Like, I would prefer Chipotle or Qdoba. I like Chipotle and Qdoba equally. I know a lot of people don't like Qdoba. They think that Qdoba is a spin-off, but they really started around the same time. And Miranda's about to talk too much. Let's go. Let's go. The only reason why I'm leaving this cutscene more intact. Well, no, I'm not. I lied. Too much Miranda. And let's cut from there. Back to Shepherd. The camera doesn't really ever stay long on Shepherd, which is why I'm fine cutting back to her more often. And I'm gonna do 2 back and forth, so that's 1, and that's 2. So we're gonna cut this from here on out. Oh, so at Taco Bell, if I ever finish, I got 2 nacho fries. I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to have nacho fries, but in terms of like what the ingredients are, but I was like 2 nacho fries and the veggie cantina bowl. And the cantina bowl, I like, it was okay. Like I said, I liked Qdoba or Chipotle better, but I don't remember where. Okay, here. Whoops. But forever, like the cantina was like, it was okay, didn't really enjoy it. But then one day I was like, you know what? You know what I used to hate about eating burritos? I always hated the burritos where you'd get lettuce inside of them. It's just like so gross. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe that's the reason why I don't like this Cantina Bowl, which seems like so obvious. But so I ordered the Cantina Bowl without lettuce, and it's just like now Taco Bell has gotten like higher up on my list of places to go. So now like whenever I pass a Taco Bell on a road trip, I'm like, yes please. And like I'm so happy more of them are having the nacho fries because those are so tasty. But I got 2 of them and the Cantina Bowl. Like I am full. I am still full. It's like I don't even know what time it is. It's 12 and I ate at 6. So that's unusual. Usually I get like the midnight munchies or so. So, I will be streaming for another half hour. And then wherever we are, we stop. And then tomorrow I am doing another gaming stream. I was supposed to do Mass Effect 3, but what I'm gonna do is we're gonna continue on doing Halo as I scan negatives. And it's getting a little too long. And so, I mean, like, they're fun. Live streaming from the Xbox. And okay, the elusive man's talking way too long. So we're gonna cut out a couple back and forth. And we're gonna go to there, which I think makes sense. Because it goes talking, looking at him, talking, and then back here looking at them. So the shots make sense. Smoking his cigarette. We're gonna cut him scratching out his eye because it's just like it's too long. And then we're gonna cut out more. We're gonna cut out to like here. Run away. Run away. So we're gonna go to the last angle with Jacob, because we left it on the angle on Shepard. So there's gonna be like one alternation, and then just gonna be done with this conversation. Now Mass Effect is fun to play, but there's a lot of dialogue, which is great. That's one of the things I loved about Mass Effect, is it feels like if you play for 20 minutes a day, it's like watching an episode of Star Trek. And it just feels very like a tight edit. Okay, this is the last. Well, no. Okay. This is going to be. So now we're going to look for the last shot of Miranda. Talk. Hey. this will be it. So it goes from shepherd back to the wide, shepherd, veranda, goodbye. That's it. And we don't need this. This mission complete. We're good right there. So we're about, like a third of the way through. A little over a third. But I am keeping this in. Just because I think the loading screens are interesting. It's only for the first episode. I'm going to keep them in. I'm cutting all of this out. That's my dog. She's like, I don't know what she's doing. She's like really comfortable. It's not growling, but it's like grunting she does now. Like you give her a belly rub and she starts grunting like, oh yeah. Then she goes and takes a nap. Like, she doesn't really lay down. She just kind of like plops on the ground. And then she goes, "Urgh." And so that's funny. But she's going to be turning 6 soon. She's 5 right now. And that's like, unfortunately, that's kind of like old for a Newfoundland. If your Newfoundland reaches the age of 10, then you pretty much get like a, not like a certificate, but it's almost like you get an award. You get to be put in like the Newfoundland Club of America, like magazine and stuff, and they write about your dog and how you got your dog to live like up to 10, which is like the sad thing that it's so rare for a Newfoundland to reach the age of 10. But anyway, she hasn't started grunting until like last year. Running. I pretty much don't want anything in this building. So we're going to cut from there. I already had one of these mini games and so I cut from going in and then out. We're going to cut from the explosion to here. And now we're going to cut from shepherd. And we're going to go to the last one of tally. Trying to think what else I did today besides work. Oh, I remember. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, So we're going to go to this guy. So I finished working, came home, ate, and then I had my desktop, it was booted into Linux. And so I was like, oh, I have to boot into Windows. But first, I had encoded some files onto the internal hard drive. And like, if it's on the internal hard drive in Linux, I can't get it from Windows, because Windows can't read the Linux partition. And so I was like, okay, I have to copy the video files, which were these files, onto the hard drive, and then I can edit it. So I was like, oh yeah, this is great. Starting at 7, I'll be able to start streaming like at 9 on the dot. But luckily, yeah, I started copying the files, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. There's still, like, the entire Mass Effect Let's Play is 120 gigabytes in HD. And so when I copied it over, the speed edits, it was still 120 gigs. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. But I let it copy, and then I wanted to see the 60 frames a second. So I put the hard drive in my Mac laptop, and I have a hard drive bay for it. And then I'm keeping all this scavenging in. So we're going to cut this up. But okay, we're going to cut from Shepherd back to Victor. So we're going to look for the last, well, it's important to see the swarms. So it's going to go Miranda, Swarm. Miranda and Jacob. Swarm. Jacob. More swarms. Oh, so I go to look at the videos on the Mac, and it's just like, I open up the video and it's playing in real time, like the full Let's Play. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. You know, why is it playing at 30 frames per second? And why doesn't it look like there's any motion blending, any frame blending? So then I look at it and it's like, oh god. So last night when I sent it to encode the placeholder media, I gave it the original Let's Plays, not the frame blended Let's Plays. So I was like, oh. So like, that explains a lot. And because it was really weird, because when I woke up in the morning, I was like, why is it still rendering? You know, it's 10 essentially 20-minute episodes at 60 frames per second. Like, that should have been done, you know, in 4 or 5 hours, not like 12 hours. So then when I figured it out, I was like, oh. And so what happens is, I rendered the HD versions of the frame blending, but then I wanted the placeholder media that shrunk down. So it takes the 1080p down to and we're going to cut Tally out from right there. We're not going to cut her out. We are going to cut all the back and forth. And so I had the frame blending, which was done, thank goodness. done. I just had to make another copy of it shrunk down. So from 7 to about 10, it was just, you know, shrinking everything down, which is pretty good. It did it fast. Do. And we'll cut to there. So this is moving along. We might be able to finish this. We have about 15 minutes left. I'm willing to push that to like 20 minutes. I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. And this is a long shot of the elusive man. Back to the elusive man. And we're gonna cut right there. So we're gonna complete the rough cut of this. We might have to do more trimming down, but rotating shots. So the last cut we're gonna do is of Shepherd, and then maybe able to go back to the elusive man. But we'll see how it ends up going. So much talking. I think it's like been a minute of talking. It's sped up. Okay, so we're gonna go to Shepherd, if we can ever get there. Going frame by frame. There we go. You guys can hear my dog snoring. We got Joker. We are getting the Normandy back. Surprise! They rebuilt the Normandy. Okay. Normandy's leaving. This is all fine. Okay. And we're gonna cut out the loading screen. But we're going to leave the fade to black. Okay, which is right there. I'm going to cut out this loading screen. We already have one similar to it. I don't know how much of this we'll be able to keep in. I guess all of it. They're moving pretty slowly, which is why it's working out so well, being sped up. And there's Edie, talking to Edie. To go back to the last look of Shepherd, and then we're going to cut everything out till a different angle shows up, like either angle of Edie or another wide. So we'll probably cut to another angle of Edie. You know what? We can't do that. I'll cut from there. To looking behind. Do. And we will cut out this tutorial. Too much tutorial. Do. Let's leave in Kelly Chambers. These are all very quick cuts, so that's why I'm leaving them in. But we're going to go from Shepherd, and then we might just end that there. And it's because we're just getting introduced to the character, and there's a lot of talking choices. It's funny, I've only played Mass Effect as female Shepard. Like, I've started Mass Effect over several times, couldn't get into it as male Shepard, and then boom, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try female Shepard, and that was just like, it clicked. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so much fun. Which, for whatever reason, I don't know, I seem to enjoy the game a little bit more playing as a female. Like, I don't understand, but like Reach, I thought it was fun playing as a female Spartan. Obviously I played all of Mass Effect 3 as FemShep, and like I've done it 3 or 4 times, especially Mass Effect 2. So we're going to cut out Edie. There we go. Because there's a lot of talking there. Too much talking. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, that looks good. am getting faster at editing this now that I know what I'm looking for. Cut out as much conversation as you can, but make it look like you're not. So the last thing we're going to have is we're going to do 2 alternating. So it's Jacob here, not here. In a second it will be Jacob. There it is. Camera angle on Jacob. And it's going to alternate twice. Shepherd, Jacob, and exit. Running. Okay, too much talking. I'm gonna cut there. And then we're gonna do the last cut of Shepherd. I cut too soon. You know, it's funny, I told them I would get supplies on this Let's Play. I don't think I've ever found any good supplies through the whole game. Talking to Miranda, and we're gonna cut this out. One more alternating. So we're gonna cut from here. As soon as we get to the okay, we're gonna cut to there, and then we're gonna do the last shot of Miranda and then exit. I lied. We're gonna do this double shot. We're gonna go right before the double shot. We're going to go right here. So wide, close up, wide, close up, and we're going to cut here. And then the last shot will be of Miranda. This makes it complicated. Because we're trying to get interesting movement, so now that she's no longer sitting, we have to kind of cut to it. here. Do. Okay, so we'll do the last one in Miranda, then we don't need a butt shot. I refuse to stoop that low. There we go. Last one, and we're leaving. Running. Okay, so I'm going to push back the time. We have another 15 minutes. So wherever we are in 15 minutes. Is where we'll finish this stream. Which I think we're doing pretty well. The only reason I say that is because we're at 19 minutes. We only have 4 more minutes of editing to do. And I'm getting faster at it. I'm developing my style for this series. This is just unnecessary. Do. A message from Anderson. Oh, I needed my galaxy map. Leave all this in. My only 2 options, people to bring in. Upgrades. It's all getting cut out. We're pretty much going to cut to Berkeley. I think it's Berkeley or Barkley, whoever it is. Do. Okay, this is way too long. I'm going to right here, and then the last shot will be of Barkley, either a close-up or a wide. Well, not wide, close-up or a medium. If it ever comes. I'm asking way too many questions. Okay. So now we're going to look for that close-up. And where it starts. Well, you know what we can do is we can go from Shepherd's wide, because we have a close-up of Shepherd. So you can see it's close-up, and then we'll go to a medium shot, really. Close-up of Barkley, or is Bailey? I think it's Bailey. Shepherd again, and goodbye. I hated the Citadel in Mass Effect 2. It was just too difficult to get around. Everything's like multi-level and it just doesn't make sense. Like in Mass Effect 3, it was fine. Or I don't remember it being an issue in Mass Effect 3. Okay, we're gonna keep this in. Just because it's a nice loading screen. I'm going to go to one more wide shot. Wow. This is the last. We'll go to about here, and then we'll go to the last wide shot of the council. Keep telling everyone Reapers are gonna reap, but they don't believe you. And then the Reapers come, and they literally want to hire you back as a consultant on the Reapers. Talking. Oh, this is important. So we will go. Back to this council. This council wide shot. Where's all three of them? The Solarian, the Saurian. I almost called him the Krogan, but the Turian. Getting sworn in. Blah blah blah. Back to being a Spectre. Everyone's chatting around. Slimy Udina. And now we're going to cut him out from right here. Going to get rid of his medium shot. Good. Goodbye. And then we're gonna this might work. We'll see. Yeah, it's funny, but it works. I'm gonna go from that side view. Chatting, close up. Shepherd close up. And then I'm just gonna go to right here. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna get that fist stomp. I thought I saw a fist stomp. Anyway, it's too far. Oh, there it is. It's more of a hand slam. And here we go. Running. And now we cut. This is pretty much it. We like made it through. This cut kind of makes no sense, but we're going to go from the embassy straight to the bar. Talking. Away. Dancing. And out of the bathrooms. And then we are going to cut this out. My logo or title sequence. And this is actually the title sequence we're going to end on. Okay. So it's all been cut up. I don't think it's going to fit within this 8-minute audio file. But we'll see. Just get rid of the spaces. I see a problem. What is this? Why is it so long? Okay, so it's exactly too long. It's like 16 minutes. So we can try doubling the sound, but I don't think that's going to work. What we might do is we might split it up into 2 episodes, which I think will be better. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll take this, duplicate it over there. And so it will be 2 episodes now. But I need this section. It needs to be over here as well. And then the closing needs to be over here. gonna wait. A little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this off pretty much right there. But we have to make sure it makes sense first. So I'm gonna take a short break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and let's see this thing. So I'm gonna pause our music. I think it's gonna be really loud. Oh, you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, there we go. You see what I'm saying? It's really easy to edit music. You don't even have to listen to music. Your brain will automatically try to make the beats match. Some of it's a little not right. And part of that is because it's only playing at like 24 frames per second. Explosions! Mass Effect 2. So far, I'm liking it. It's always scary the first time you're editing a new project, and you know, you're trying to find your style and you don't know if it's going to turn out fine. Especially with the music, I wasn't sure if it's going to work, but I think it's working fine. Okay, so I already see something I want. There's too much of this. So we're gonna cut. Cut from here and go. I'm going to cut a lot of this out. To like right here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So delete. I'm going to put this back. So that was cut out that whole section. Running up the steps. And it's funny because I got better at editing the dialogue out as we went on. So already at the beginning, I have to go back and kind of tune up what I did before. This one was like borderline. I was about to go re-edit it, but I think it's fine. I lied. The first half of it was okay. Second half didn't have to be there. So let's find it. Talk. Shot himself in the leg. We'll go to here, and then at the next angle change, we cut. I already forgot what the... Okay, so... So the last thing we saw was looking at Jacob and what's his face? Wilson. And we're leaving. Can leave this in. Cut this from there. And we're going to have it flash twice that I completed the code. So 1, 2. There we go. Target in segment. Got the codes. Talking. Don't trust Miranda. We're gonna go to the shot of Shepherd. And then we'll finish on a shot of Miranda. So that's the last shot. We're gonna get the music out of it. We're gonna have to rewatch this. I already lied. I said we're gonna do 20 minutes. But I'll just finish this section, and we will I'll rewatch this section, and then we'll call it quits. I'm going to cut this out. Too much talking. Can't believe I left all this in. Like I said, I was still kind of trying to figure out a style. This is good though. The two of them. Because running into the elusive man. I'm probably going to cut this up even more. Hello, elusive man. Talking. Shepherd, elusive. And we're going to from the elusive man to I'm just trying to trim up this to actually be the last. The elusive man be the last shot. And we don't even need to know that he got out of his chair. We can just make it look like he's squirming around in his chair. There we go. I can do Miranda. This is kind of long. So we're going to go for Miranda. And then we're going to go to Shepherd. Keeping that in. This is not the music, I just put on the other music. Do, 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 do. I'm going to cut here and then go to the doorway. We don't need any of this. So we just made it look like we went from one building to another building. I'm gonna go to about there. Do. Clean this out. Okay. So now it's a little bit too short, but that's okay, because we can always just tone down the we can always just fade out the music. It's not going to look quite right because I'm streaming at 30 frames per second. And it's actually 60 frames per second. So it's going to look a lot better once I publish it. So it's going to be published to Patreon first, and then it's going to come to Twitch as a premiere, and then after it comes to Twitch, then it will go to YouTube. YouTube's dead, but it's good for archiving, I guess. But I'm pretty much focusing more on Twitch than anything else in terms of not so much YouTube anymore. Waking up. So I'm still happy with this part. I didn't make too many changes yet. The changes we didn't make, they're coming up. Oh, while we were gone, my sister gets funny things from like the grocery store, but she got a box of coffee. I was like, really? She was like, yep. I mean, she didn't get it. It was for a production she was filming. So somebody else got it, and then she took it home. And so it's funny because, like, before, I don't make coffee during the day. I mean, I make it in the morning, and like on a rare occasion, I'll make a cup, you know, after 4 p.m. But having it like pre-made and in the fridge, I used to like, I'm gonna stay up late tonight, let's just pour another coffee. So it was nice that it was pre-made, but it's like dangerous because now my caffeine tolerance is so much higher. But that was the other funny thing about, you know, really my sleep schedule getting better, is that I'm still drinking like double the amount of caffeine at like all hours, and I'm just sleeping deeper and everything. And I do feel more recharged. So last night I slept 8 hours, like exactly. So I want to get down to like 7 or 6. but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm just going to try and shift the 8 hours to earlier and earlier, which is why I'm not doing the stream till to 2 in the morning like I usually do. We're going to end this pretty quickly, in like 4 minutes. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in. I'm doing another stream tomorrow. We're going back to Halo 1. I'm playing with a couple of skulls. I'm doing one with infinite ammo, which means unlimited grenades, as I found out. I'm playing it on easy, but it's still a lot of fun. I'm also have the skull on where grunts explode when they die. And so like you just take out one grunt and it takes out like the entire platoon, the elites and everything, but then sometimes it starts a chain reaction and so run away. So that adds another layer of fun. And then the other skull I have on is double the explosions. So grenades, the blast radius and force is increased. And that also applies to the exploding grunts. So you have to really, like if you shoot a grunt, you have to like run to the other side of the map before they get you or start a chain reaction. And what I've noticed is that when you're doing the chain reaction, like one grunt explodes and the next one, if there are any grenades by them while they explode, like the grenades will go off. So I've had like chain reactions where like I'm running away from one grunt, it triggers another grunt, and then I'm like, I think I'm fine, but then the grenade goes off and that's what kills me. So that's a lot of fun. But I'm mainly doing it because I have to multitask. I'm scanning all these negatives and it takes a long time. It takes like 5 minutes per image. And so I play the video game to kind of stay awake while I'm scanning. And we have a lot of film to scan. I still haven't sent in the negatives for the next project we're going to be working on. We're not taking a break from the New York project, but like the New York project isn't going to come out till like February or January. So I'm working on other like documentaries and short films that will come out before then for Patreon and then eventually to the public. Okay, so now we are going to we're going to edit the audio a little bit, and then that will be it. So where is it? Volume. See here? Nope. Okay, here we go. Okay, and that's where it ends. So we'll just hear the last section. Now we're just listening to make sure the fade out is okay. Yeah, it's fine. So that's the first episode. We're going to cut this out because we don't need it. We already edited it down in that section, so we don't need a repeat. Okay, so I want to thank everyone for coming out. Tomorrow I'll be streaming sometime between 9 and 11 p.m. Eastern time, and we're gonna go relatively late, probably again till 1 or 2 in the morning. I have a lot of negatives to scan, and like I have the negatives right next to me. I have like 12 rolls I have to scan, and last time we scanned for like 3 hours and we only got through 1 roll. So hopefully I can do like a roll and a half of film. Each roll has 36 pictures on it, and so then each picture takes like 7 to 5 minutes to scan. So that's kind of, it works out because then I can stream and like still be productive. So I want to thank everyone for coming out. I'll see everyone tomorrow. We're going to be playing some more Halo, and see you all there. Bye bye.